Hello and welcome everybody. Welcome to DevChatter. My name is Brendan, as you can see right below me here. And this channel here, you, me, everybody that's here is DevChatter. Here on DevChatter we like to write code, we like to talk about code, and I think we're going to have a little bit of fun today. So hopefully you are here for some good discussion, and hi, I see some people have started to show up in chat, so hopefully everybody's week is starting off well. This is a nice Monday stream after all. And for anyone who saw me moments ago, I was just on the Code Rush stream as a... I was just over on the Code Rush stream as a guest, helping Mark Miller set up some SignalR code so that his bot can communicate with an overlay on his screen, similar to what we've got here. So, without further ado, I think it's time for us to start writing some code. So, today on the stream, my intention is to have us work on... Not that, but I'm just getting it over there for now. Loading it up. Sorry about the slight delay there. There we go. I wanted us to work on Codingame today, so we're going to do some more programming exercises today. I brought this over here first because I wanted to talk about a couple of things. First off, I am starting to get guests scheduled, and I am figuring out our schedule for our future solid streams. So as all that information gets figured out, I'm going to post all of that over here, so link in the chat there for information about upcoming streams. So I've got a couple of guests lined up that are here on this list already, and I've got a few more people that I'm talking to that we're going to fill in the other spaces. So we've got Mike Eaton set up for September 29th. These are all just like hand wavy for now, so if any of them or me need to shift these dates around, we will. And then Guy Royce is set for October 18th. I need to also figure out what we're doing about this week, as I'm going to attempt to do some while at a conference streams, so we'll see how those go. Other than that, I think those are the main points I wanted to talk about. I guess I could jump over and do this. Twitch.tv/devchatter, videos all. I don't want videos, I want events. So I've started scheduling out our future event streams as well. So for anybody who likes our series Solid Saturdays, where I talk about a solid principle, I'm going to expand that. The first one, we're just going to talk about the concept of don't repeat yourself and how that is, worthwhile and useful, and how we deal with it in programming. So we're going to focus a stream on that. Maybe we'll do some refactoring when we do the Don't Repeat Yourself stream and try to get rid of some of our repeat code. So, should be an interesting one. And then, I haven't put them up here yet, but I will be adding some events as well for all of our Learn to Code series. So, if you take a look at our past events, you will find that we did a series called Learn to Code in C#, and I'm going to continue that. So, take a look at this and expect to see some more. What was what stream about? Dry? This one? Dry is about don't repeat yourself, but I'd have to repeat myself to tell you, S&B. I think S&B's trying to get me to repeat myself here. Yep. Don't repeat yourself, don't repeat yourself, don't repeat yourself, don't repeat yourself. Okay, anyway, so here we go. So today, as I mentioned, we're going to do a little bit of Codingame. So this is where we're going to start. 1 second. That's that. No. Hang on a sec. There we go. Much better. Had to shift around some cables. Okay. There we go. Alright, I am logged in. And we are going to do some practice here. You need Pepsi to combat dry. Exactly. So, let's take a look. I'm not sure I know what temperatures is. So, Codingame, for anybody who doesn't know, is one of a handful of websites that have fun little games, exercises, stuff like that, that we can do to sort of practice our development. So we're going to do these in C# because this website does let us use these in different things. Welcome. I see a bunch of people saying hi in the chat there. Works every time. Nice, Will Bennett. Nice. Okay, so solving this puzzle validates that loop concept, that you understand loop concepts, and that you can compare a list of values. This exercise, you have to analyze records of temperature to find the closest to 0. Okay, so find whatever these is the closest to 0. I think we can do that. Let's see, write a program that prints out the temperatures closest to 0. If numbers are equally close to 0, positive integer has to be considered closest to 0. So -5 and 5, then you display the positive one. Okay, that makes sense. The program must read the data from standard input and write the result on standard output. The number of temperatures to analyze. Okay. So the first thing it sends in how many temperatures we're going to get, and then a string with the temperatures expressed as integers. Oh, and it's splitting it on a space. Okay, so we're going to get strings representing the numbers, and then it's going to parse them out. So that's a reasonable starting point. So I see it pulled in the values here from console, and then for each one it's going to parse it into an integer that we're going to get as temperature, T. So we're going to do this because I just want to see what just confirm what the basic types of values are. I'm going to print out T so we can see those messages. So let's play that. Standard output 1, -2, -8, 4, and 5, and then result. And result is what we wrote. So it says we failed, and that's fine. Nice, JSQ. Let's see, console, right line, result. So this should just be a number. So in this case, we would have actually written out the number 1, right? Just confirming. Yep, okay. So we've confirmed what it wants as the output by just putting that in there. So that's kind of like simplest thing to make the test work, but that's clearly not what we actually want to do, because in this one, that's not the right answer. It wanted -5. Okay, so here's what we want to do. We want to figure out which one of those is closest to 0. So, well, if all we want to do is find the positive numbers first, and we're going to ignore negatives, so to answer this first one, we can do this. We can say, store these as a list of integers, and we'll call them, I was going to call them temperatures, but that's going to be a pain to type without auto-completion, so I'm just going to call it temps. And we're going to realize that that is temperatures and not temporaries. Okay, so we're going to do that. We are going to add in T to our list of temps. And down here, I want to say temps.select. Do I have using LINQ? Yes, I do. Thanks. Got it. Thank you, guys. Oh, much appreciated when they include that using statement at the top for you. We want to do math.abs x. So I'm going to cheat first. We're not doing this right to start off with. We're going to do the simple one first. Draco, you can check the difficulty level on all of them. So in all these types of exercises, there is a difficulty level. If you start with the easier ones, they really will be easier. So if you're having trouble on Coding Wars, I know their system is kind of confusing. I think the ones with the bigger numbers are the harder ones, if I remember correctly. So that confuses most people. So okay, so math absolute x, and then say .min. There we go. So as I told you, this is not the correct answer. This is the shortest thing that works. For this one, I think. Okay, it does. So I pulled out the number 1 by saying, take all these values, grab the absolute value of them, so that means remove any negatives, and then show the minimum number. Okay, that's clearly not how we're going to solve this. So what we're going to do is, let's see, if we get this, I can think of a quick, easy way to do this. Oh, that's a really good idea, Will Bennett, grabbing LINQ pad and just running through the samples that way. Okay, so this gets us the smallest number, but we don't know whether it's positive or negative, because this one, the problem is we're going to say 5, and we wanted -5. So I'm going to say int min equals this, which is not the right answer. And I will say if temps contains min, actually, here's the way to do it. Temps contains min or -1 times min. Does that do it? Is that the cheater way to do it? I think that might be the cheater way to do it. Did I just cheat this? Oh, dang it! Found nothing! What? Sequence contains no elements. Aww, punks. They tricked me. They gave me an empty collection. What am I supposed to do if it's nothing? If no temperatures are provided, use 0. Okay. I can do that. Wait, what? Found nothing, expected nothing? Displays 0 if no temperatures are provided. Well, I mean, I can just cheat it and just say, you know, if temps any else console.write line 0. Oh, right. This is still like this. Play all those test cases again. There we go. Okay. Let's see, you can group by distance and then take the max of the group. Group by distance and then take the max of the group. What do you mean, Will? Oh, group by the distance from that. Then take the minimum. Yeah. You could totally do that, Will. Today at work, I actually got a serious physical allergic reaction to a JavaScript codebase. Yeah, Twitchloft, that happens to all of us. Yeah, exactly. Yep. Oh, yes. The minimum distance, the maximum value from the minimum distance. Yes, you're correct, Will. Maximum value from the minimum distance. Yep. Yep, so you group by distance, grab the minimum group, and take the maximum of the group. Yep. So to do that, which actually now that I think about it, I'd rather do this. That gets us this, and then select int.parse so you're going to immediately select those into integers to list. So I'm going to change from their initial code here and just do this. I don't need those strings. I don't need this. Goodbye. So we'll select those into integers to list it, and then take our temperatures, and we can say temperatures dot group by let's see. Yeah, Will, is a bit of a tongue twister, but it totally makes sense. We want to say what's this going to be? Math dot absolute value of x. So that's the distance. Oh, is there a golf version of this puzzle? If there is, I will try it if you tell me where it is. There are a lot of different puzzles on this thing. Okay, so we're going to group by the absolute value. We want to get the minimum group, where we're measuring actually. Order by X. Actually, I'm going to say group. To make it clear to myself, this is the grouping one. Order by that, first or default, and then we're going to say group.max. That might work. Let's new line this so it's not quite as horrifying. Oops, there we go. Maybe we'll take a look here in a second. Let's console write this. We might break on the 0 case again. Console write line min temp. Whoops, I didn't capitalize that. That's fine. Okay, int to bool. Derp, group by that value first, or default group by that. Oh, yeah, I have to separate this. You're right. I meant to do this. Oh, what's the grouping get me back? The grouping is going to be the first one, so it's not going to have the key. And then I just need to dot max on it. There we go. Okay. Now the 0 is going to fail. We knew that. Wait, did it really give us the string nothing? Line 17. Are you kidding me? They want us to try parse this? That'd be insane. Okay. Alright, we'll let them get away with it. String split. First off, I'm going to do that. Well, that's not it, apparently. Oh, this becomes a string now. Doesn't it? Nope. Okay, well, I'll stop being crazy then. We'll get rid of that. So this is going to bomb on the last one. Because I guess the value they send us in is ridiculous? Okay. We'll do this then. They'll give us a string array. And that'll be inputs again. That shouldn't make a difference, first off. But what did they actually send us? Wait, what? Oh, we wrote N. Oh, whoops. Okay, so they sent us 0. I is less than N. I plus plus. Okay, I'll do it your way thing. I'll do it your way. And in here we will say temps.add int.parse, and it will be inputs I. Oh, yeah, I guess I could just filter the thing. If I just went all the way back to this and I just said whoops. Split on that, and then do a where close that. Char dot last char is char is digit. Wait, hang on, wait, hang on. Where the last okay, there is nothing to filter, just check if zero input. Oh, yeah, true. That's a good point. Skip the filtering, and then just hard code in the zero. Good idea. Derp. Wait, S&B, you code in COBOL? I didn't know that. S&B codes in COBOL? I was not aware. Oh, you don't code in COBOL. You were fighting kobolds in a Dungeons and Dragons game, and people got confused. Was that what happened, S&B? They were tough kobolds, I know. Group first of all. Yeah, okay. We will submit this code. It seems to work. Wait, what? Oh, yeah, because I hit new line spaces. I clearly haven't tested this code. Okay, we'll submit that. I forgot this website makes noise. Let's mute this site just in case, because I don't want it to make loud noises. Okay, is there not a click this thingy to see the thingy? Results? What's my next step? Home? The Labyrinth, ASCII Art, Skynet Revolution. Don't Panic. Okay. What is this? Don't panic. I see robot things. Okay. Guide the clones towards the exit of the maze. Stop when you're going away from the exit. Continue if you're going the right way. You're giving the position and direction of your clones. Marvin is stuck inside the core of an infinite improbability drive. Grab your towel and help him or them escape by blocking the right clones to allow others to reach the exit by going through the right happy vertical people transporters. Okay. I think that makes sense. Yes, it's Hitchhiker's Guide references. Okay, so what are we doing? Don't panic, scroll down for instructions. Okay. You need help managing the rules. The drive is rectangular shape of variable size. It is composed of several floors. 0 is the lowest floor, and each floor has several possible solutions the clones can occupy. Leftmost position, rightmost position. The goal is to save at least one clone in a limited amount of rounds. The clones appear from unique generator at random intervals. Every 3 game turns, the generator is located on floor 0. The clones exit the generator heading towards the right. Clones move 1 position per turn in a straight line, moving in their current direction. Okay, whatever way they're going, they keep going that way, which is going to be right by default. A clone is destroyed by a laser if it goes below position 0 or beyond width -1. Elevators are, which basically I think means if it exits to the left or the right, they die. Elevators are scattered throughout the drive and can be used to move from one floor to another. When a clone arrives at the location of the elevator, it moves up 1 floor. Moving up 1 floor takes 1 game turn. On the next turn, the clone continues to move in the direction. Okay, so that's number of floors, width of the area, maximum number of rounds. Holy crap. Alright, I'm going to hit play this. That's a lot of stuff. Do kids of today even know Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy? It was huge for me when I was 15, but that was in the Stone Age. Fuel Snable, I have no idea. So I know Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy. In fact, yeah, I can see a copy of Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy without even moving away from my desk. I mean, I had to probably move off camera a little bit, but I did not have to leave my desk. Okay, so and welcome. Thanks for that follow. Twitchluff. Would love to know how you like the book when you read it at some point. So console read line inputs. Floor of the leading clone. Position of the leading clone on its floor. Okay. So he exits that going that way. What are the possible... Hang on. Where's my description? What can I tell them? Oh, okay. So, in this case, saying block... what would this do if I just say block? Is this guy gonna step out and then they're all just gonna come out and crash into him? Yeah, so they're all gonna block right here facing in various directions. And we're gonna run out of time. So, do we have the position of the elevator? Number of floors, width of the area, maximum number of rounds, floor on which the exit is found, elevators, floor... Oh, okay, got it. So we get in our list here, so this is a collection of the elevator, floors, and positions. So we do get those. So we could make a dictionary of int that was elevator positions equals a new dictionary of int. And then what we could do is we could say elevator positions, elevator floor equals elevator position. Okay. So now, if we know what floor he's on, floor of the leading clone, so we can say int lpos, we'll say elev position equals elevator positions, and that is at clone floor. And we'll say if direction equals right and the elevator is to our left. So that would be, if we're traveling right and the elevator's to our left, we want to stop. So that means elev pose is less than clone position, then console dot right line lock, right? That's our current situation. Otherwise, we want to wait. Maybe I got that right. Wait, what? Z0 was not present. What? Clearly I didn't know what these values were. We're gonna find out what these values are. So we're gonna say $, and this one is gonna be that. Let's try that again, only with information this time. Are we not printing out those error messages? Well, yep, we don't print out those error messages. Okay. Did I not add to the dictionary? I did, right? This should add to the dictionary. We never came into this method, it seems like, because I never got those printed. So, because we should have gotten that console error message up there, I would think. We should have gotten that right off the bat. Example. Let's just confirm this, right? We'll say this is after the loop, and just to confirm, we're going to do before the loop. So, sanity check here, everybody. Let's make sure we really do get those error messages, and if we do, then that means that loop didn't happen. Yep, I saw it there. It blinked for a second. Before the loop, after the loop. nothing came out in the loop, which means that this wasn't in here. So number of elevators was apparently 0. Well, we could be stupid about it and just say we don't know where it is. So let's be dumb. We're not going to remember where the elevators are. We're just going to do an initial safety. So we're going to say if direction equals right and clone position equals, we should have width, right? Yes, we do. Width minus 1. Then we want to block. So if this and that, then we want to block. Actually, we don't even care about this. So if clone direction either equals that... Oh wait, does it blow up when it hits those values? The clones can occupy 0 and width -1. Okay. So, or clone position equals 0, block. So we're going to let him go all the way to the wall and then stop. Hey Seb the Third, welcome. So we're going to do the dumb way for now. We're just going to let it stop there, and so he stupidly turns the other guys around, and the other guy will make it to the next floor. So I guess... Oh, I know what the problem was! That thing, I thought it was an elevator. That's the exit. That's why. So we either need to go to an exit or an elevator. So we probably did build the actual dictionary of elevators if we had one, but we did not have one in that instance. So there's our problem. Okay. So we needed to say if there was an elevator. Otherwise, yeah. So these are like just some coding games. Seb the Third. Wait, why is it breaking? Why is it saying that's in progress? It seems like it's busting a little bit. So let me copy all our source code so I can repaste that. Not that I'm waiting here, game. I loving this website. Rip. Well, I found out why it like suddenly stopped, huh? Is Codingame working for any of you guys? Thanks, Binary Logics. Down for everyone or just me? Well, let's find out. Codinggame.com, down for everyone. It's not just you. Codinggame looks down from here. Rip. Nice. Hey. Sorry, guys. It seems I broke their website. Yeah. So... Huh. Code Wars, eh? Clearly, S&B, I did crazy things like if statements. Whoa. I know. Those wild and crazy if statements. That's a bummer. Coding Wars has way more fun, like, Codingame has way more fun, like, games on theirs. Okay, so, Draco, I don't know if you're still here. One of our viewers mentioned earlier on that, trying out Code Wars, and, the suggestion I was making is, that you can actually determine the ones you want to do based on these numbers. This is supposed to be a rough, like, difficulty setting, so if you choose this difficulty, these, for example, would be the easy ones. These, I think, are the hard ones. So, 7x7 skyscraper, binary numbers divisible by n. There you go. Minesweeper, that sounds fun, actually. Yes, it was a semicolon that broke the website. Advent of Code. I don't think I have Twitchloff. What are primes in numbers, I wonder? Oh, is this the one I did already? Yeah, I did that one already. Steps in primes? Prime numbers are not regularly spaced. For example, 2 to 3, the step is 1. From 3 to 5, the step is 2. From 7, between 2 and 50, we have the following pairs of two-step primes. Yeah. Write a function step with parameters. Okay. This is kind of interesting. Advent of Code. You want me to try Advent of Code? Advent of Code? This one? What is this? Oh, is this like... What is this? This one? Twitchloff, this one? It doesn't look like he's got a spot for me to actually put my code, though. All right. Okay, so what is this? Yeah, Codingame has fancy visuals. That's why I like Codingame. What is the solution to your CAPTCHA? What is this? What is this? Okay, so they send me a thing. Okay. I will take a look at that at some point, Twitchloff. Got it. So I just write code to answer their puzzle. So it reminds me a little bit of, reminds me a little bit of doing this one, then, which is the same basic idea. So these are similar concept, I think. Either way, let's give this one a shot. Let's see what we can do with this. Yeah, I actually haven't messed with it in a long time. Practice coding. Forgive to forget. So I do like Codingame. It's pretty fun when this doesn't happen, when we don't get a 503 error. This one I kind of like, except it annoys the crap out of me because whoever it is that makes their tests, which I want to find out, is this the user? This is the guy that I don't like? Does he translate into C#? Is that the idea? I don't know. Either way, someone makes these things and does not actually know how to make test cases in there because he did this. And so the problem is when you run these tests, the only feedback you get is that like this one failed. And so you have no idea what's failing and what's passing because they didn't use test cases. Because if they just used test cases, you'd know. So NUnit actually has a concept where you can use the same exact test format and just adjust the parameters. And so if you know your unit testing framework, you can get some nice solutions there, but you can't with this. So that's what I don't like about these tests. Yes, but the problem with the challenge there is you should actually write code that's not crappy. Like, which you could say, oh, but you gotta work with crappy code in the wild. Yeah, but in the wild then I could change the crappy code and fix it. So, okay, anyway, here's what we're gonna do. Return new array 0. Is it gonna complain that it doesn't know that's a long? Okay, it doesn't know that's a long. There we go. So they expect those values. I didn't give them those values. So G, M, and N. What are G, M, and N? So this function should have the first pair of the prime numbers spaced with a step of G. Okay. So step. And between the limits of M and N. So this is lower limit, upper limit, I'm assuming. Okay, so that's a really good idea, Fuel Snable. Hey, Ultra Hal, welcome. Okay, let's take a look at these instructions and actually see what we're supposed to be doing. So this function should return the first pair of the two prime numbers spaced with a step of G between the limits. If these G steps... Okay, so basically what that means is... so thinking about this to get us started here, I can say for int I equals 0 in, well, I is less than upper limit. And actually, I don't want to start at 0, I want to start at lower limit. I plus plus, close that, curly braces. And just for sanity's sake, I'm going to do a console write line. And I'm going to print out what my inputs are so that I don't ever get fooled by this and go, hey, that should have worked, and it didn't. Step. There we go. Yeah, console doesn't exist. Thanks, buddy. That's great. Using system. S&B, what are you talking about? Has it? Oh, it hasn't sent an automated message in a while, has it? I don't know. Code Wars was having a problem now? Great. I'm just killing all the websites. It's my semicolons, I guess. Okay, so what did we get here? Random test. Step 2, lower limit that, upper limit that. So we're starting off way high. Okay, so simplest thing we could do is we could say long, instead of I, we'll say candidate prime, because I like good names. We'll say candidate prime, and then this is divisor, and I'm going to call it divisor whether it is one or not. We're going to start it at 2, and we'll say, well, 2 is less than math dot square root of the candidate prime. Hey, the bot rejoined. Did I debug that? I did. Let's not do that, though. Derp. Let me open the right thing. Nope. Third time's the charm. There we go. Okay. So we want to go up to the square root. We want to say less than or equal to the square root of that number. And then we're going to say divisor plus plus for now. So we're only going to go up, we're still going to go up by 1, even though we could probably come up with some ways of shortening that. That should get us better. Sounds good, S&B. We'll probably jump back to Codingame once we wrap up this challenge here on Code War. Okay, so math square root candidate prime divisor that, so long divisor that, and we'll say long list of long primes equals new list of long Oh, you know what I just realized? So we can find them and then we can check back to the list and see if that number is in our list of primes. Okay, so here's what we're going to do. We are going to do it this way. I'm going to say primes dot if candidate prime mod divisor equals 0. So if the number is divisible, we know it is not a prime number. So let's make this a method. We're going to say bool is prime int candidate that's where we're going to put the for loop. If candidate that equals that, return false. Return true. Derp. If candidate prime is prime, candidate prime. So if it is prime, then what we're going to do is we're going to say primes.add candidate prime. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to say if primes dot contains candidate prime minus step return what are we supposed to return? Where's our example? The lower number and the higher number? Yeah, so lower number and higher number, which means we are going to return back a new long array of, and I'm going to put this on its own line here, and down to there, and it's going to be this and that. Hey, lucky number 7. Welcome, doing pretty well today. Oh. Funky if statements. Oh, the ones that break websites. Yeah, S&B. Malachi, maybe it is Optimus Prime. Did you think about that one? They are robots in disguise, after all. Hey Brendan, if I might just request a feature of your streams, it would be able to have a little banner at the top or something that says what project we are working on today. Oh yeah, so Anthony, I am planning on doing that, and actually I was going to put it here in this section next to me. So that little free spot on the bottom there. So that's where we were going to put that. And what are we supposed to do if it's, are we supposed to return back null otherwise? Maybe empty list? I don't know. Let's see. Oh, derp. System collections generic. Yeah, so Lucky, if you're still here, I was actually a guest on another stream right before this one. So, crazy time there. Wait, why... Cannot convert from long to int. What? What line? Line 12? Oh! Whoops. Yeah. That's true. It can't. Okay, so here we go. Missing that and that. What did I say? $. We're going to print out this message because these errors, because they're not using good asserts here, we aren't actually getting the results back. So I'm going to have to do this. Returning. There we go. Lucky number 7. I was a guest on Code Rushed. I was helping him out getting SignalR running on his project. So, hey Wheatlall, welcome. Okay, so why didn't it say returning? Why didn't I get that message saying returning? If is prime, if primes contains candidate minus step. Okay, so we're gonna do this. Console.writeLine found prime So let's see, we're gonna spam the... Why is it not printing those? In 64, we're like not even getting into this at all. It's like it doesn't even find a single prime number. I borked something. Checking. Candidate. Yeah, Fuel Snable, somebody said prime numbers. Yeah, Malachi, it's kind of annoying because we don't actually have good control of our tests. Okay. So we checked a bajillion numbers here, as we expected. And it says none of them were prime. Oh, oh, son of a... Derp. That'll fix it. There we go. Now we don't need to do that anymore. Now we can just print out the ones we found, but I don't even want to print the ones we found anymore because now we're finding them. So here's the stupid part. I think we were actually getting a bunch right, and it was basically saying, like, oh, hey, you know, you eventually got one wrong in our test case. And so the annoyance is we don't actually get to see how many we got right. And so I couldn't tell. Maybe we were getting some right, maybe not. You know, there's no way to identify because of the way the tests are written. Because it's written very poorly. Okay, so again, we complete the sample tests, but we don't yet complete the full set of tests. For some reason that makes no sense. Ah, expected, null, but was empty. In that case, we will return null. Is that all we're missing? There we go. So here's the dumb thing. Here's what we tested. It tested random test and test 1. Like, what? What in the crap is that? Alright. I really should find out one of these days how we can fix the challenges that are here on Code Wars, because I'd like to make it better. I'd like to help them out. It's funny. They did put the 1 and the 2 safety in there. And there is prime method. Oh, this is a bad solution. I debated doing this, but the problem is, because of the fact that they're increasing by 1, they can actually check the same number as prime twice, which is a really bad way to do it. This approach... And I'm told this site's working again. Let's see if it remembered any of my code. Hey, it did! Awesome! Oh, S&B, good, we're gonna kill you then, because I'm gonna write some more if statements. Okay, so if position 1 equals that, so here we go. Let's try this again, see if our code breaks the site again. So he stops there, turns those guys around to go there. So if clone position, Swiftman, or that. So this is our safety. If either of those is the case, we absolutely just need to stop. I'm going to throw the extra parens around, just because I like them. And we're going to say, alternately, if we are... so if that's the case, if either one of those, or... direction equals right, and... what is it? Try get value. Dictionary try get value, right? That's what it is. Just make sure I'm not crazy here. Out t value, okay. Out int eliv pose Alf, welcome. Thanks for that follow there. Yes, exactly. So here's what we're going to say. We're going to say, we'll do this. So we'll get rid of it this way. At an edge. So we're gonna make him happy there by doing this. We're gonna say bool at an edge. And actually I need it in here. Bool at an edge. Turn that. If we're at an edge, or going away from elevator. Bool going away from elevator. I think that'll work. So we want to say, how do we say going away from elevator? Bool floor has elevator. We'll just say has elevator. If has elevator and something that we'll figure out in a moment. Actually, we'll just return it. Return has elevator and Hi, cat. Direction equals right. Or direction equals left and something. Thanks, cat. Oh. Hi, everybody. Jolie, say hello to all the people out on the internet. Hi, people out on the internet. My name's Jolie, and I like to knock around the green screen. Meow. Meow. Roar. Roar. Nice. Well, I didn't actually notice the eyes, but it was probably pretty good. Okay, so direction is left, and elif pose is less than clone pose. Elif pose is greater than clone pose. Wait, I must have written something wrong. Derp. Syntax error somewhere. Yeah, wait, lol, my cat is half green. That's the DevChatter stream. You guys don't have you guys didn't sign up for the DevChatter stream? That's why you're all here, right, DevChatter? Has elevator try get value. What's the better error, guys? Standard error. What did I bork? Oh! I know the problem. Derp. They don't have, sorry. This is a func of bool. I'm gonna have to do it this way. Sorry, guys. Ladies, gentlemen, we do not have modern C#. We cannot do that. That's what it was. It syntax errored. I think it didn't like my local function. Unexpected symbol func. What? I need those now. And these can't be used before they're declared now. Yep. No local functions, Brendan. No local functions. Derp. I'm trying to use modern C# and they don't let me do it there. That was my bad. I let C# a little bit off the hook. Mesmerized by... has elevator cannot be used before it is declared. Oh, yep, okay. Let's try that again. Only, you know, the problem is I was trying to use modern C# and I can't. I think I'm going to run out of time, right? No? We had enough time to do one floor. Here we go. This one fails. Okay. So where does it fail? This guy zips over here, watching these little lemmings go. He gets there and he blocked for some reason. I don't know why. He shouldn't have. Okay. Derp. Something went wrong there. I assume I just run out of time or something? No! Oh no! Oh no! See, I think I'm getting the previous floor's elevators. So I do need to print out the elevator details, because I need to know what they are. So... let's print out this debug message when we get the elevator floors here. So elevator floor, $. We're going to print out the elevator floor and position. This one has plenty of floors, so we should be able to see the results immediately. Pause that. Scroll back up to the top. So floor 0 had it at position 19, floor 1 had it at 4, and floor 2 had it at 19. So then, when we're checking, if we're going away from the elevator... Oh! I just realized the problem. Hang on. Console.error. Right line. Watch. Let's print this data. So we're going to print the inputs. Whoops, sorry. So pause this. We're going to scan way ahead. Watch to right about, where does it happen? Okay. So when we get up here, this first little guy, it's kind of hard to see, but he just hopped up here. There's this little white dot here. And he steps over, keeps going, he hits the edge. Oh, that was a standard string array on inputs. Let's do this, string.concat, so I can actually see the inputs here. Actually, let's do the U-turn because it's a little simpler to see. So that's going. So at the beginning, we said he's at position 9 and he's going right, so we said block. Alchemy, nice, I like it. Yeah, exactly, Wheatlall. Clearly I wanted the object, I wanted the object type. So thanks, C#. Three. 13. How does it jump from 3? Five, 4, 3, and then 13. 12. Oh, it's 1 and 2, I bet, right? Hang on. Yeah, it was, so it went from 3, went up a floor, the lead 1. And then we win. Alright, what does leading... I want to find out what leading clone means. Okay, once a clone is blocked, you can no longer act on it. The next clone in line takes the role of the leading clone and can be blocked at a later time. Okay, so here's what I want to know then when we're running this one. When we do several floors, we get this guy up here. This guy eventually... Why did that guy hit the wall? So that guy blocks. I should find out why I blocked. I'm realizing I should do that. Okay. If at an edge, we were on the previous elevator position. That's what went wrong. Okay, I understand. And clone floor does not equal exit floor. Clone floor wasn't a thing? Clone floor, right there. Oh, clone floor! Yeah. The problem with not having autocomplete. We can typo all the things. Okay, it's going along, So it goes up, immediately blocks to send people the other way. That's perfect. This next one should do the same thing. Let's make this big so you guys can see him going. There we go. Just watching these guys all coming out. And then we should get to the top floor. And he's just gonna hit that, isn't he? And death, and he stops. Derp. Nope. Well, there's where they go wrong. They did the same thing again. Okay, so here's what we need to do. We need to say if it's at an edge, is going away from the elevator, or going away from exit. So we're going to do going away from exit. So we're going to do basically the same way. Going away from exit, we're going to say clone floor equals exit floor. And we'll say instead of elevator position, we will say exit position, right? So if the clone is on the exit floor, then we want to make sure that we direct them towards it. Herp-a-derp, herp-a-derp-a-derp. We'll test the beginning one to make sure I didn't break anything here. Okay. I didn't do anything totally wonky. Several floors still bombs. Okay, so apparently something went wrong when we got up to the top floor. Let's see. Instead of concatenating for this information here, as we do here, I'm just going to join it back together with those as the separator. Wait. It says 323 going right, and then it says block because we must be at the end of the line. Okay, so then this guy says wait, moves over, and then he says block because he's at 322. 320, he blocks. 321. It says they're going right and blocking. Yeah, that's where things really start going poorly there. Okay, so what's the deal? Lead clone lowered, didn't it? Hang on. Let me back up. Yeah, lead clone was up there. Now the lead clone is on a lower level. So that means the clone floor is now down here, and he starts positioning and blocking like that. Well, I could ignore our elevator check. And just make it dumb again. So I'm assuming here we must just run out of time then? So he gets the edge and he stops. I am so confused by that. Hey, Zarno, welcome. No, it shouldn't be one of the actual hard ones, Zarno. The thing is, they don't blow up when you're at width -1, so you should be able to get there. So in theory, like if I just do this, right? If I just say block when you get to a wall, so I'm just saying block when he gets to his position, it will eventually work. It just takes forever because he has to go all the way to get there, right? So, in theory, if you just tell him stop before you hit a wall, he does fine. Where do we actually fail? This is the first one. Okay. But this should be a quick one, because they should just be able to turn themselves around immediately. Yeah, so Wheatlaw, the challenge here is that I didn't have in... I just removed the code that tells them to stop early. So... So, elevator positions, try get value, clone for, exit as elevator position. So we're saying if we have a value, if does not have elevator, I'm going to do this just because I want to be super clear. Console... wait, I can't console right line, it's console error right line. No elevator. Yeah, this sort of is TDD here, Wheatlaw. Yeah, Janiski, we should be able to win this one. So... console error right line. pause elevator. And put that in there. Whoops. Or we're going away from an elevator. It's alright, let's do that. Pause. Wait, hang on. True and true and true or true. Oh, here's the problem. There it was. I'm like, I know there's something wrong with these, because they weren't working. So we want to say going away from exit. Let's try again. Let's see if I just broke everything. Ah, we break on several floors now. Okay. That's fine, we'll take a look at what happens. Same thing as before. Getting just as wonky. Let's go back to the first one that happens. We're going along, we're going along. Wait. Block. Why did it block there? It says wait at this point. 2, 4. Wait, hang on. We're on 3. Oh, 0, 1, 2. Yeah, sorry. 2. Position 4. 3. 3 is when we block. So we get to 3. Why didn't we block at 4? To be honest. 2, 4 left. The elevator's to our right. True, true, and false or true. So that's true. We should have blocked. What changed on this next one? Okay, hang on a second. Why do they still have delay before blocking? That's when they introduce procedure generated test. Would you mind explaining the game input? Yeah, Wheatlaw. No, Wheatlaw, this one shouldn't be that difficult. It seems easy. There's something about the input that we're not understanding, I think. And by we, I mean Probably me and any of you guys that are, you know, also confused by this. So basically, it's giving us a whole crap ton of input, which is basically the diagram of what we have here, which is number of floors, the width of this, the number of rounds that we have to complete it, the floor that the exit is going to be on, the position of the exit, the total number of clones it's going to send through, any elevators that it has, right here, and then we're going to take those elevators, put them into a dictionary that we can access, so that becomes a key of the floor and the value of the position. Has elevator. I'm just going to do this. Contains key. Let's see, int elev pose equals has elevator clone floor or 0. Doesn't matter, right? Because we shouldn't use it if we didn't have this, because we anded that thing. So if there is no elevator, we should not even be in there. It immediately blocks because it was facing the wrong way. Next guy goes up, heads all the way down to the end. He should ride up, and he should have already blocked. Okay, so he blocks there, but then the problem is that guy blocks also. He goes up to the 4th floor, so he's on 319 and he's going the wrong way. And they start blocking for some reason. So they start blocking based on this one. So let's find out what the heck is going on with that. We're going to put exit on there and elev here. Clone floor equals that, and then that's going to be exit position instead of those. Exit position, and then we should be good. Okay, let's try that again. Let's jump ahead to when they get to that floor. So right there. Let's do this. Let's print what our value is each time. So we're going to take this result, bool result equals that, and then we're going to say eliv result. There we go. We're actually going to get some info on this. Well, someone's winning rock, paper, scissors. Hey, Twitchloff. Congratulations, you won. Okay, so this is the first block that makes no sense. So 0, 1, 2. So we go up onto level 2. We say false, and then return back true for the elevator one? So we're moving away from the elevator. We're going away from the elevator. We should have returned block, because that's a true. Right? I'm not crazy? We returned back result. That's our result right there. Elevator, we returned true. Well, since I couldn't make it work that way anyway, I'm just going to switch these back to variables so I can see which one's which. Bool going away. Bool add an edge. Bool going away from exit. And it's just going to equal... Can I get away with this? What if I can get away with this? I wonder if it's going to let me do that. I actually don't know if C# is going to let me do what I just did there. Okay, it won't. Looks like it works, guys. That was about the stupid... I told you it had to be a stupid mistake. Like, our code was fine. Our code should have worked really well. Our code was, like, ideal. It was, like, exactly what we wanted. Now this thing's perfect. So, see, our code was perfect the whole time. We literally just did the output wrong. That was dumb. Okay, so... I'm going to make this a little bit nicer because we're going to submit this code, right? So that's the main. So we'll say public static bool private static bool, actually private static bool going away from exit. And what did it use? It stole a bunch of stuff. Clone floor, exit position. No, it stole way too many things. I'm not doing that. Return that. Awesome. There we go. How'd we do? Yay. Cool. Don't panic. I didn't panic. Fantastic. See, Janisku, we did it. And I love that S&B figured out that Hangman game based on what was there. Rip, rip. It was the evil one again. I'm not sure anyone's ever gotten that one. Yeah, S&B, I don't think anybody's actually ever gotten C++ in our Hangman game. This looks hilarious. This just sounds tedious. Huh. I don't want to do that. That takes too long. Yeah. I didn't know what that one was. I just clicked it because it was the first one up on the top. What is this? War. War is interesting, right, Crichton? Oh, it's the card game. It's actually the war card game. That's fun. Which finds out which pair is the winner for a given card distribution in the war game. Okay. War is a card game. Each player gets a variable number of cards in the beginning of the game. That player's deck. Cards are placed face up. Alright, step 1, the fight. At each game round in unison, each player reveals the top card of his deck. This is the battle, and the player with the higher card takes the cards of the player. So ace is above king, not the bottom card. If the two cards played are equal value, then this is a war. Both players play the next 3 cards of their pile face down, then they go back. Yeah, okay, yep, that's how war works. So what am I adding? Each player represented his phone. Okay, yep, I got it. Those naming schemes make sense. When a player wins a battle, they put the cards at the bottom. Okay, so they're gonna have a tie on 10s, and then it said both players place their next 3 cards in their pile face down. So that means 9, 8, and king would be face down. They would compare 7 against 2, which the 7 would win. And then the lower deck would be remaining with the 4 of hearts and the 6 of diamonds. Okay. I think that makes sense. I get how this works, but what am I doing? Game input. The number of cards for player 1... okay. Yeah, we'll leave it at N for now. So that's how many cards they have. The players are equal. Okay. The player number followed by the number of game rounds separated by a space character. A war or a succession of wars count as one game round. What? That's player 1 wins. Okay. And it takes 3 rounds to win. Oh my god, am I actually just playing the game until someone wins? Holy crap, really? That's funny. Okay. Well, that's weird. It seems like it actually wants me to play out this game of war. So rounds equals 0. Well, here, you know what? We're going to TDD this thing. So I'm just going to do this. 1, 3. So we're just going to do that. There we go. Haha! 1 down. Perfect. That was great. Success right there. Oh, dang it. Nah, I'm just kidding, everybody. Alright, so now we're expecting player 2 to win. Int round count equals 0 while round count while n greater than 0 Congrats on that win there, S&B. Actually, let's do this. P1 cards, P2 cards. So we're just going to say P1 cards dot add in that one, and then P2 cards dot add in these ones. That should get us all the cards, and we will say while P1 cards dot any. We don't have LINQ in our using statements, do we? Yes, we do. Good job, guys. P2 cards dot any. So while they each contain cards, we keep playing. Yeah, Janisco, I'm hoping we don't run into an infinity war. Play round. We'll say P1 cards, P2 cards. So, private, static, void, play round, P1 cards, P2 cards. Half the chat room just disappeared. What are you talking about, SMB? Something... Oh, never mind. Derp. I know what you're talking about. Okay, so... So we need the top card. So if I almost would have popped this off of the stack style of approach. P1 dot first. I don't actually care what the suit is. P1 dot first dot first. Int dot parse. P1 dot first. Can I first that, or am I going to get stuck by a character? We're about to find out. Is greater than. No, because sometimes they're face cards. Son of a gun. Okay, so we need the ranking. So we're going to do this. Where's the ranking? They must have written it somewhere. There it is. Thanks, guys. Const string ranking equals that Whoops. Oh, you son of a... I thought I could get away with this, but I can't take a single character out of here because 10 is a character. 10 is one of them. Thought I could get away with it. Can't. Doop. New array of those. This is not this. This is a private static string array called ranking. Oh, that's true, Will Bennett. I could substitute 1 for 10. But either way, I'll just do it this way since I've got this and it works well enough. So we're going to say if P1 cards first substring. It's everything except the last, right? You know what? I love your suggestion. We're just going to put that as a 1. That way we can always just take the first character. It's going to need to be a character array, isn't it? Hang on. If that ranking index of, and actually I should underscore ranking that. The underscore ranking index of that is, well, for now I'm going to say greater than 0. We'll just say return. I'm just looking for a compiler error right now, because I think that's going to be a character, so it's not going to like it. Unexpected symbol expecting an identifier. You want to tell me what line that's on, you piece of junk? Where's my compiler error? Line 41, thank you. No static void round. Oh, derp. Yep, that's an issue. Did not actually specify types. Ooh, it doesn't like my return. Because I'm missing that. Is assigned, but its value is never used. Okay. That's fine. Really? Oh, is it just static? Well, that's dumb. Okay. Gonna convert int to bool. What? Where? Oh. My mistake right there. I added my missing paren, but I added it to the wrong place. Okay, cool. So it passes now. That's good, I guess. Yes, I did write an infinite loop. We're not worried about that right now. Okay, so we got that. So then what do we want to do? We want to say... index of P2 cards, so that means that his is better. So let's do this first. So we're going to say int P1 card rank equals that. P2 cards, P2 card rank. So we're going to say if player 1 card rank equals player 2, then that's a war. Else if P1 card rank is greater than P2 card rank, and then this is the obvious last case that we don't need an else for. We don't need an if on our else for, obviously. So what we do is static members of array expect the array as the first argument. Yes, Will Bennett. That was stupid that it's that and not off of ranking. Throw new not implemented exception. What is war? So in this one, we're going to say if that, then we need to remove the first one and put it on the bottom of their stack. And in what order do they go? Did it say? Player 1. Gets all of their own cards first, and then all of the opponents. Okay, so you get all of your own cards first, and then all of your opponents. So... which means we're going to insert... hang on. Will, what are you asking? Aren't you passing an array of elements on line 44 and 45? Yes. I'm passing underscore ranking as an array, I think. Yes, we're grabbing the first character. That's correct. Yep, that's why I firsted twice. I called first twice to grab the character. Insert 0, and the value is p1 cards dot. Actually, now that I think about it, do I want the first? First number is the first. I'm checking the first. We're adding these to the end. That's a good point. Okay, so let's see. Just a quick reminder: C# list remove at. Does it return the value? No, does it remove the value? What is with it? Why do you not? Why do you want me not in English? It does not give me the value, so it just does it. So I'd have to save the value if I want to do that. Remove just bools if we got it. It won't actually take it away. Will, you're reading this wrong. I am passing in the array and the value. I think you must be reading it wrong. That or I did something really crazy, but I don't think I did. Yeah, okay, see? I did figure it out. That's why I put the space between the comma. I'm like, maybe this is what's getting him. So p1 cards dot add p1 dot first p1 cards dot first, and then we're going to add the first one off of p2 cards, and then we're going to do p1 cards dot remove at 0. And remove at 0. So we're going to remove both of their front cards. Welcome. Thanks for following. I didn't see who that was, but much appreciated all the same. And then in this one, so this is the opposite case, we're going to add these cards to 2. And we're going to remove them the same way both times. Yeah, sorry about that, guys. I know the text is kind of small. Ooh, this one lets me adjust. Oh, man. Look at the range of adjustment I can make. That's kind of sad, actually. I guess I could make this ginormous while we're working in this one. This might help. Okay, but then the problem is as soon as I do that, I need to go and shrink it down so that I can run the thing, right? Oh, that's funny. I had it zoomed in anyway. That is hilarious. It was already zoomed in. Alright, let's see what happens here. What is war? Wow. 3 cards, it gave me a war? That's nuts. Okay, so here's what I'm going to do. Right off the start, I'm going to print out what these values are. Because I want to know what we're starting with so I can debug it in a minute. So I'm going to say $sign that, and then P1 cards. It's going to be string.join. on a comma, p1.cards. P1 cards. This is going to be P2 cards. Anything. Derp. What the? Did it actually run? Ooh. We're still hitting that. 969. One card rank. Okay. You know what? Let's just do this. Print that out. Let's go. What's it got? -1, -1. Okay, so it's not finding them. So I'm not looking for the right value then. Array index of object int. Not doing anything weird, am I? String array, yep. Yep. Maybe it's because those aren't strings. Oh, that's a good idea. Is that gonna work? Yeah, bummer. I tried to cheat. Welcome, Code Air and friends. Hopefully you had a pretty good stream. Let me get my we got raid defense going here. We got the raid defense. And have a wall of hypes coming at you. Chatosaurus is all over the place. We'll just do error object thing. Console error right line thing. There we go. So just to make this shorter, we're just gonna write error, error, error. Maybe I should have just called it log, because that makes more sense. So let's do this. First. I want to see what that actually is. Oh, did I not make it static? Doop. I think I did the first time. Yeah, I know how it goes, Codair. Definitely programming wears on you after a while. P1 cards, there you go. A is in that list, you piece of junk. Okay, I'm gonna try this. Hang on 1 second while I go and leverage other tools to replace my double quote with a single quote, because that was gonna take too long to do inline. There we go. Okay, so the reason it couldn't find it is because it was looking for strings in a character array. You know, don't throw me an error or anything because you can't find it. You know, just go ahead and try failing at strings. Yeah, that's great. Did we eventually throw a war failure? Oh, no, we just did 1 and 3. Okay. For this, we want to say... winner equals P1 cards dot any. Any P1 cards, then the answer is 1 or it's 2. For now, we're not handling the tie, which I don't even know how we would even think of handling the tie just yet. But we'll figure that out. And this we're saying is round count. So let's see if that works. Okay, it fails. What did we print out, though? Oh, I didn't $sign that. Ugh. Try it again. Try it again. There we go. Hey! We passed it for the correct reason. Hey! Nice. 26 cards, medium length. Did we throw an exception? No. Ooh. We ended the game in 34 rounds, and it wanted it in 56. What is war? "26 cards, medium length." Huh. Okay, so that seems to be mildly working. I'm not sure how we ended faster than it thought we would. There's the console output. Sorry about that. It was behind my head, I assume. So, P1 cards. So these are their initial hands. Actually, now that I think about it, we should print out their hands every round. That seems more useful than what we're printing out right now with these values. So this is no longer useful. At least it's not useful right now. Error. It's weird to say error, because it's not an error. Round count. So we're going to print out the round count and run it. So that after round 0, that's the state of things. So I actually don't need my initial one if I'm going to print out right there. So we're going to remove that. Oh yeah, Twitchloff. It is definitely hard to write code outside of Visual Studio or VS Code. So we had that. The ace beat the king, so we ended up with the ace and the king there. The king beats the queen, and we end up with that, and then we end the round with that one empty and this one full. This one, whew, that's a slow dredge, but eventually it empties. And this is the one they said we got wrong. So, this one, Jack definitely wins. Ace definitely wins. Six. So the king definitely wins. Keeps getting longer. I totally could fuel Snable. Oops. Let's go with a... Open a folder on stream. What are we doing? Let's make a folder for today. We'll call it 2018-09-17. And this will be the folder we open. And in it, we'll do this. We will say .NET new. What the? Console. Laureen Llama, hello, welcome. Hi. We are up and running, I think, technically. This will get us syntax highlighting and things like that, but that's about it. I think I need to grab this whole thing. We're going to grab the whole thing. Not now. Okay, so what do we have? Actually, Laureen, if you are a Pluralsight subscriber already, take a look down below and you'll actually find a link to my course on Pluralsight that is about pair programming. So if you are interested in pair programming, that is a great place to look for that. Crichton, yes, exactly. Log. I mean, look at this. It looks like my code's right, not that code. Because I just count through the... Oh, actually, wait, that's the one it said was right. Is this the one it says is wrong? Yeah. Oh, so that's one of the challenges. It's hard to force people to pair program if they don't want to. Sometimes you run into developers that just don't want to pair, or think that, you know, pairing with someone else will slow them down. That's one of the harder discussions within programming. Partially it depends on the reason. Some people like being able to be at their machine and things like that and not have like another person around them. So if that's the issue, you could try VS Live Share as a way to get around some of the personal stuff there. And there are some other things you can do as well. Either way, I'm not sure why that case isn't working. However, we need to write the war here, so let's take a look at war. Can we have a look at the red log messages that we cannot see? Red log messages that you cannot see. What are you talking about? Red log messages you can't see? Oh! Yeah, sure. Right there. I keep them on my shoulder. So, 2 and 34 versus 2 and 56. It makes me wonder if maybe what's going on is... So I look to see in the example what the numbers are that they're... Like, how they're... how they replenish the deck in their example. So I looked at this, and I said, okay, you put in all of player 1's cards, then all of player 2's cards, when it recreated that deck. Now I assumed, first the cards from first player, then the one from the second player. Oh, it's always first then second. Oh! Well, in that case, that's why I didn't do it right. So it's this. I figured it was current player. I need to read those instructions better. So there we go. All the basic cases work now. It now takes us just as long to finish that. Now we're on to war. So we handle everything that's not a war correctly, it seems. 26 medium. No, 26 medium does not have wars, Wheatlol. Are you in a different language? Maybe you're in a different language. There was no war there. Okay, so this is a war. Play war round. Uh-oh, I'm worried about this. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to make play war round recursive, which might be a really, really bad idea, but we're about to find out. One cards, list, string. I really should be doing this in the other program. What am I doing? P1 cards. So we said play war round. We're going to pass those values in, and then it's going to get down here. And then we're going to say, since we know they match, we're going to return the winner's cards. Winning cards. List of string. That's going to be the winning cards. We're going to say if P1 cards. How did I get the rankings before? This needs to be a method. First, no. Okay, hang on. We don't want the first card. We want element at, which actually I'll just access this way. It's an array. We want so not the first card, skip 3, so we want 3. 3. And then we need the first value of it to get the rank. There we go. So now we're going to do this. Come down here and we're going to say, if that, then it's another war round, but this time, instead of calling it that way, we're going to say skip 4. Skip 4 to list. So what that does is we're going to skip the cards that were already involved in this war each time, and so that's how when it does recurse, we can make sure that it works correctly. Hey Maureen, welcome. Okay. Rug. Else. Return P1 cards, take 4, list of string. This is our return value. Cards for winner equals new list of string. Cards for winner so the winner, no matter what, gets the first set of cards. So what we're going to do is we need to make this list so it doesn't matter who wins. That's winner and the cards. Winner, cards that they get. Okay, so we want to say this is a collection that starts off with P1 cards, take 4. We're going to add range of P2 cards, take 4. So this is going to be int winner equals 0. Winner cards equals that. Var recres, hang on, what are we doing with this? Ugh, brain! Winner equals recres winner. And then cards for winner dot oh, you know what? Wait, we don't have to do it that way. We just need to know the number of war rounds. Hang on. War rounds. We need the winner and the war rounds. Okay, so we don't need that. So winner equals that. We're in here, so int war rounds equals 1. We don't need to pass back the cards for the winner. We just need to return that. Alternately, if we're not in this path, then we're returning back. So this is player 1 wins. And the number of rounds is... we need to pass in the war rounds. So let's say int war rounds equals 1. War rounds. There's 2. So player 1 won war rounds, player 2 won war rounds. And otherwise we're passing back this, and we need to pass in our current war rounds plus 1. Because we called into the next one. Okay, so that ought to work. We are recursing that now, and so that gets us that. We're skipping that list, so we're going in there. Yeah, so now in our war, we have this. War result equals that, and we're going to say P1 cards dot add actually we're going to say if war result winner equals 1, then P1 cards dot add P1 cards dot take 4. No, it's not 4. It's 1 plus it's 1 plus 4 times the number of rounds. Wait, what? What? Add range, derp, int cards each. Cards each. There we go. 1 plus 4 times the number of rounds, because there's 3 burned cards plus 1 extra card for each round of the war, so that's the number that we need to have. And then in this, our else is going to be else, like that. We're going to add these cards to the beginning of this one instead. And then no matter what, we are going to remove the last cards. So the index is going to be p1 cards dot count minus, so 1 would be exactly S and B. Cards each. Goku, hey, welcome. Yeah, can't type. P1 cards count -1 would be the last item, but I don't want that. I want minus. Is it just minus cards each? I think it's just might just be minus cards each. I guess I'll find out when we try to run this. If I'm off by 1, I'm off by 1, and we should hopefully figure that out pretty quickly. Cards each. Okay, so we're going to remove the ends of that. We're going to remove the ends of that. We're going to add it to that one. We're going to add it to that one. Okay, we didn't break these starting ones. That's good. Spaces after the commas? You talking about down here? I might have. Okay, so what do we got here? P1 cards. Oh, sorry, you guys can't see that. Let me just shift my head here for a second. So it found 1-1 and it expected 2-1. So it expected a single round but a different winner. So apparently we figured out the winner wrong. Goku, we are on Codingame.com, doing some of their games. We usually like theirs because they usually have a graphical element, although this one has not seemed to have a graphical element to it, which is a little less fun. But we're making it work all the same. So, okay, so clearly I got something wrong. So we said player 1, so let's do this. Whoops, log, here 1. Let's see, is it a problem with how we're doing the data, or a problem with how we're doing this? So P11, P21. Derp. Helps if you use a semicolon instead of a colon there, Brendan. P11. Ooh, P1 was not supposed to win that. Uh-oh. First card, burn, 4 cards. Oh, I know the problem. We were supposed to skip the first card. I called it wrong. Play round, play war, skip 1 card. I do believe that is the problem. There we go. Now it works. Okay, cool. Rip. One game, one battle. What the? What the? We got to the what do you do when you get to their last card thing. Alright. This is a new rule for us. What do we do when you get to the last card? If the player ever runs out of cards during a war, when giving up the 3 cards, or when doing battle, then the game ends and both players are placed equally first. Okay. In that case, I'm going to cheat here, and we're going to do this. Actually, first, let's bring everything over here. I'm gonna grab the argument. Gonna grab the argument out of range exception. We're gonna go up to play round, where we call it right here. Try. Gonna move play cards into there, or play rounds. Excuse me. Then we're going to say return. What were we supposed to return? Pat. Oh, not return. Excuse me. It said return, but we meant console right line pat. And just get the heck out of there then. So we'll do that. Run the beginning ones just to make sure I didn't totally bork everything, which it looks like I didn't. One game, one battle failed, huh? You expected 1 in 52. What? I got to a spot where it was supposed to end that way. Apparently my pats work. Welcome, Spook D. Thanks for following. This was supposed to be a long game, but I finished it almost immediately. So, Ace beats the 10. 4s. Okay. Nice, Wheatlaw. So we had 4s matchup, which means that we were supposed to have 1, 2, 3 cards get buried. Another war. 1, 2, 3 cards get buried. Player 2 wins. So we should be at the JC and 10S now. Rip. We didn't shift the cards right. We left those at the front. We moved JD and we should have been at JC and 10S. Yeah, they didn't shift right. Okay. We shifted something wrong. Doom. Yeah, we had stupid errors before, Wheatlaw. Doom. I'm going to read its instructions again. If a player runs out of cards during a war, then the game ends. If the two players, if the cards played are of equal value than a war, both players place the next 3 cards of their opponent's face and go to step 2. Where several wars can be changed. As soon as the players won, the winner adds all the cards from the war to their deck. The fight. Each player reveals the top cards, and the player with the higher card takes. What was the game? Where does it say? Ah, okay. When a player wins a battle, they put back the cards at the bottom of their deck in a precise order. First, the cards from the first player, then the ones from the second player. For a war, all the cards from the first player, then all the cards from the second player. So we found a pat because we weren't shifting the numbers right. Alright, C sharp, Q, multiple. Oh yeah, that would be useful. All right, Wheatlaw, we will go your route. But we're going to make some changes if we're going to do this. So we're going to take a queue. We're going to have a queue at this level, but I don't think it's going to be a queue at a lower level. So we're going to enqueue the value onto them. Playround is not going to take in a list. It's going to take in an enumerable. Does a queue implement a... does it implement iList or anything? Okay, so that it implements. So, as far as I know, you can't enqueue multiple things at a time. Wait, is this the one where we actually do all the shifting? We actually do it there? Never mind. This still needs to be a queue here. You can just do a single item at a time. Yeah, it's enumerable, but I'm wondering, so I was wondering if maybe it had list or anything like that also. Okay, so we can't add range on it. So what we're going to do is this. Because I think they'll let me. What's the top thing? Class? Foo. We're going to say public static void queue multi. Queue range. This queue T Q, and we want to send in an enumerable of T items, and then we'll say for each item in items Q and Q item. Yeah, Will Bennett. I was going to put an extension method on it. My extension method. Now, I don't know if it's going to let me do this, so this is going to be step one, is try putting it over here, and let me see if it just lets me do it. Ah, okay, it's just complaining about the add range. That's fine. That's fine. We knew we were going to have that problem. For this, we should just be able to dequeue, and we don't need to worry about although technically we probably should have just done this. Because that's really the operation, right? Yeah, Crichton. Okay, so... extension method and queue range. DQ range. DQ. And this would be a yield return. And it'd be an IEnumerable of type T. And actually, this would just be N. Number to DQ. For number to DQ. Derp. Do that. Hey, Deadly Onion, welcome. Welcome to DevChatter. Yep, DevChatter here. We've been leaving it sitting out all afternoon, so we've got some deadly cheddar here. We call it DevChatter. DQ range, and it's going to be cards each. Instead of doing that, we're going to do this. Okay, so we're going to add those cards, which are 1 and 2, add to 2, 1 and 2, depending on who won. Welcome, Floydian. And I apologize if I just butchered that. Is this a concurrent queue, i.e. thread save? CTI Geek, it won't matter in this, because it's going to be a single-threaded console application that's calling it. So, at least I'm pretty sure that's how Codingame is going to work. Let's try it again. Okay, looks like these basic ones are working. Hey, there we go. So it was something with how we were queuing and dequeuing. So there we go. So literally switching to the queue just made it work, because we didn't mess up our chopping logic anymore. Derp. And I like my extension method. It felt cheaty, but hey, I like it. Okay. Yeah, exactly, Striker. We don't really want thread safety here because that would just cause some complexity that we don't really need to worry about because we know our application is single-threaded. So, no need to worry about it. Anyway, if anyone is in here and hasn't yet, make sure you click that follow button to get notified when we go live next, which, by the way, will be tomorrow at about 2 p.m. Eastern Time. So that's about 4 hours further ahead. So what, like 6 p.m. UTC, so that's 1800 UTC. And if you want to know what that schedule is, I recommend you do what S&B just did. And you type in schedule and you put in the place where you are. So let's say you happen to live in Seattle. You can do the schedule for Seattle and it will put it over there in the chat. You can find out. If not, you can check down below as well to find out what our schedule will be. If you are interested in chatting with me or any of the other developers who are in here about any kind of cool stuff, maybe a project you're working on, something like that, there's a new framework that dropped you want to check out. You can do so on our Discord, and I linked that in the chat. There are also links down below. If you want to contribute to any of our open source projects, which we did not work on one of those today, but we will be working on those in the near future, you can check out our GitHub at github.com/devchatter. We've got all of our code is open source and out there and available for you to look at. Our main project is our DevChatter bot, so if you want to take a look at that, that is where you would go. We do accept pull requests from time to time, so if you've got anything interesting you want to contribute, you can take a look there. Other things I want to make sure I mention, if you want to see the old videos that we've done here on the stream, everything we do here is recorded, so you can find it in the videos section here on Twitch, and if you want to see any of our older videos, they're actually out on our YouTube channel, which is linked there as well. If you want to follow me on Twitter, I'm at Brendonius, or you can follow the channel on Twitter as well. It's DevChatter_. Yeah, we didn't get DevChatter, we got DevChatter_. We have DevChatter like everywhere else, including the domain, but we couldn't get the Twitter. Thanks. And then lastly, we are scheduling some new Learn to Code in C# episodes here on the stream. I have not set those up yet, but when they are live, they will be at that Learn to Code in C# series event right here. So if you want to get notified of these, you can go to that link I posted in chat and take a look at this nice Learn to Code in C# Remind Me button, and you will get notifications when we do these Learn to Code series. So these are more beginner level. They're designed to be follow along with what we're doing style stuff. So if you are interested, this is what you want to do. And then we are also doing our Solid Saturday this Saturday. So on Saturdays we focus on some kind of a solid principle. So our next Solid Saturday will be the Don't Repeat Yourself, Don't Repeat Yourself, Don't Repeat Yourself episode. So we just finished up all 5 of the solid principles of object-oriented design, and so our next episode is actually just going to be a related principle, which is don't repeat yourself. So, yes, dry. Other things that I need to make sure I mentioned. Yeah, so we stream Mondays, Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Saturdays, and I think that's about all I need to mention. As I said, make sure you check out the Discord, and if you want to support the channel, and you already have Amazon Prime or something like that, one of the best ways to do it is to use your Twitch Prime account that you get to subscribe to this channel. So if you're an Amazon Prime customer, you can get a free subscription to our channel, and that gets you access to our emotes. You don't see any ads at the beginning of the stream, and anything like that. And other than that, who is live? Yeah, we could raid her. Oh, she's offline. Well, I was gonna raid her, but she's offline now. It said she was online, that's what the little red thing meant. So, we won't be raiding her. Is anybody else raid? Meh. Well, that's a bummer. She would have gotten a raid. Would have been nice. Would have sent like 50 people into a channel that has 8. So, bummer. Other than that, I think we're probably pretty good. Oh, you want me to send... if you guys want, I could look for another place for us to go, but there's not really another programming streamer that I've got in my list right now. So, we will do this. We'll end on a hangman game. Nope. Uh-oh. Oh, there it is. Got it. Hype. Oh, that's funny. Did we just double hype? I don't know what it's gonna do. Did it double hype? I can't tell if it double hyped. Oh, the hangman wasn't going anyway. So, okay. Anyway, I actually enjoyed that stream quite a bit, and I think we'll do some interesting stuff tomorrow as well. So, hey Retro Bear, welcome. I'm glad all you stopped by today. Please make sure to join us tomorrow. As I said, we'll be going live, what is it? It's less than 22 hours from now. Less than 21 hours from now. So, should be a fun one. Take care, everybody. I am going to go enjoy the rest of my evening. Hopefully you all do the same. Happy coding, and talk to you later. Oh, actually, I almost forgot. Hang on. Wait. Before everybody goes, I forgot to roll the credits. How'd you guys almost let me forget to roll the credits? See? Thanks to these people, like S&B and Stoolpenner, for helping out moderating the channel. And these fine ladies and gentlemen for following the channel. So, thanks. Take care, and everybody that chatted, said hi, anything like that, really appreciate it, and we will see you tomorrow. So, take care.